Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here, and today we're going to be looking at these two boxes from Spec Ops Global. So if you're not familiar with Spec Ops Global, they are a monthly subscription box, so you're going to pay your fee, and each month they're going to ship you various tactical and outdoor gear. What I thought I'd do for this month is give you a rundown here in the office of the two different boxes and what's inside, and then we're going to head out into the woods and see how you could actually use them. These boxes fit really nicely together because the November theme is Arctic Warrior and the December theme is Mountain Warfare. So there's a mix of like all white and then kind of some brown, which right now in New Hampshire, because of snow and then it melts, it's going to be just perfect. It matches up nicely with what's happening out in the woods. So we'll jump into the November box, give you a rundown, then the December box, and then we're going to head outside. All right, so first up for the winter box, we have this, which is a sniper veil. This is made in the United States of America. It measures 5x8, and the idea is, just broadly speaking, concealment. So you could see it's mesh, so you're gonna be able to see through it. It's not a solid fabric, but you could use this for a variety of different settings. Certainly, the concept is if you're actually a sniper and you need to be in a snow-filled setting in the winter, and you got to be concealed, you're gonna use something like this. But there's a lot of uses for this, just general concealment. And then, especially in the winter, this thing is pretty big and it's lightweight. You could certainly use this to throw some gear down on. If you had it totally folded out, certainly snow and stuff is going to come through. But fold it over this, or a couple times you want to put some gear down on top of this. Certainly, it's gonna keep it up off the snow and keep it dry. So that's the first item: sniper veil, made in the USA. Next up we have this, which is a snow poncho. The country of origin is Germany. I believe it's called Schneetarn as far as the design. I'm probably butchering that. I think that's the German. You can flip it over if you don't want this pattern, basically showing that kind of green mixed in. But this has been in use. This pattern's been in use since the 1960s. So obviously very successful. They think this is a pattern they're going to stick with for a while, 50 plus years. Pretty impressive. Again, concealment is going to be your concept here. This whole system, as I'm looking at it, I'm like this: if you're a hunter hunting in the winter, get some nice warm base layers on, and then there's lots of ways to stay camouflaged out in the woods. So when we get outside, we'll actually show you what this looks like on, again, the snow poncho from Germany. Next up here we have a balaclava, and if you've never worn a balaclava out in the winter, this is a great item. Keeps your head warm, keeps your neck warm, which I find I lose a lot of heat. Definitely out of my head, but also my neck. That's just an area where I feel really cold. This is made by CP Gear, which is a company that has all their construction, all the manufacturing happens in Canada and the US. It's got this fleece on the outside, kind of a smoother liner on the inside. Concealment, yeah, certainly, but also just general warmth. Having something like this in the winter is a major win. Even just having like a shamag scarf around my neck makes a big difference for me in the winter. So to have a full-fledged balaclava is definitely a win. Next up, we have this Petzl headlamp. This is the Tikka. They've been around since 1975, so they definitely know what they're doing. This is going to run off a handful of AAA batteries, which I have included right there. This is the only model that they make that's in this white color, and they have a technology built into this, which basically I think it's called the constant lighting technology. So as your battery power dies down, the light is not going to go down. It's just going to stay at the highest possible level, or the level you have it set at before it dies. So for some lights, as the batteries get low, the power goes down. For this, that's not going to happen. So they just make a great headlamp and all, and the color, that white color, I think is really cool. All right, so that's your next item, this Petzl Tikka headlamp. Next up, we've got these gloves. These are from Poland, and actually the note's pretty funny from Spec Ops Global. They say these gloves, as far as for the Polish army, are some of the only standard issue gear that the Polish soldiers actually want. So apparently they have a good reputation, kind of a cool camouflage pattern on the inside, just a little bit thicker material. And yeah, they're known for their warmth and durability without being super bulky. I will tell you, I think these, there's no size listed, but these feel like probably in between a medium and a large. They're a little bit snug for my hands. If you have extra large hands, they're definitely going to be too small. If you have medium hands, I think they're going to be perfect. But yeah, you'll see what these look like when we get outside. Polish gloves, and let's look at the next item. This next item is quite cool. So they often call this the combat quarterback, and basically it's an armband. As you can see, there's the bands to put it actually on your arm, and then when you open it up, you can store all kinds of information. So you have a zip pocket there that fills up, you can fill up that entire area with a map, whatever it is, and then you have this section here you can put, they talk about call signs, other communication things, but you could put whatever you want in there, and then this comes off as well. So it's kind of a cool little product. I'm thinking about, is there a way I can rig that to carry a phone or something else like that when I'm out doing some snowshoeing, backpacking, hiking? So tactical armband. This is made as a combination effort between the US and Canada. Two more items for this November box. First, we have these snow pants. 100% polyester, very lightweight. They're not made for insulating you and keeping you warm. They're made really big so you can actually put them over, pants or whatever else you're wearing out there in the woods. Drawstring up top and then drawstring at the ankles so that you're not going to be, getting all kinds of snow and whatever in the pants. But these are, again, they even note in the little card that they send you, these would be great for hunting if you're out there in the winter and you want to be, fitting in with the environment. Put these on top of whatever you're wearing and you're going to be matching perfectly to the snow. Last up here we have a drop leg setup. This is coming to us from SAG, which is a European company, I believe based out of Poland. In the back you've got your panel, so that's going to drop off your belt. You're going to wrap that around your leg, and then you've got a pouch, and then you've got a dump pouch here. So this is more like a med pouch. There are straps inside, so you can actually attach it to the leg or to the drop leg system, and then you've got your dump pouch here, which has straps on the back right there. Again, this is, clearly it has military application. That's the original concept, but I was just talking to somebody about a Maxpedition, the roly-poly, I think it's Maxpedition, anyhow, a roly-poly pouch, which you basically, if you're out in the woods, you need to collect gear or collect, tinder or something like that. You've got a little pouch, you can certainly do that. So 1, 2, 3 items, that whole system makes it the final piece. That's the drop leg rig, and again, from SAG, which is based over in Europe. Okay, moving on to the December box, which is Mountain Warfare. This is your first product. Obviously, it's a Sheepdog scarf made in Pakistan. It measures 44 inches by 44 inches, 100% cotton. Tons of different uses. I actually used one of the Sheepdog scarves they sent in a box a couple months ago when I was out in the desert for the day out at SHOT Show 2017 in outside Las Vegas in Nevada. So that was cool. Various uses for this. I wore mine around my neck to keep me a little bit warm because it was chilly out there in the desert. But they know you can use it as a tourniquet, an arm sling, a washcloth, a towel, a neck warmer, a gun wipe cloth, a pre-water filter. So there's just tons of different ways to use this. My wife actually just said, I really would like one of those Sheepdog scarves. So maybe this one will go to her, or she can have another one of mine and I can start using this one. So that's the first item for the December box. Mountain Warfare is the theme. Second item in the December box is this, which is a belt from, I believe it's called Agilite. It may be Aglite. But this is a very lightweight belt, and the reason I'm excited about this is because I often wear a rigger's belt, which is super sturdy, has a lot of functionality, but sometimes it's just uncomfortable because they come very stiff and it takes a while to break them in. This one is super pliable, as you can see, just really lightweight, and it's made in Israel. And this zero gravity belt is one of the lightest that you're going to find out there as far as tactical belts that have functionality, but also they don't just have a ton of bulk. So that's your second item. I like a lot of the products in these 2 months boxes, but this one may be my favorite. This is a Boonie Hat. This is from Russia. You can see webbing on the top. You can see some webbing around the band there. Has a drawstring so you can adjust it. Boonie hats, for me at least, and I think for a lot of other people as I've talked to folks, they just fit weird, so if you get the right one, you're like, boom, this is the perfect one, and this one fits my head really nicely. So look forward to using this one, not just in this video later on to show you what it looks like in use out in the woods, but I'll be using this more in the future as well. Next up we have this, which is from Camcon. This is a body veil made in Pakistan. Comes in a variety of different colors. This one is desert tan, but you can also get it in olive and camo and then black as well. So it's kind of like a mesh Sheepdog scarf, but just even bigger. This one measures 45 inches by 72 inches, so that's quite large. Tons of uses for things like this. In general, you're talking about a concealment option. That's I guess the main function of this for military, but for the average guy out there who wants to use it, certainly if you're out hunting, this is a way you can conceal yourself a little bit. But like I said before, with the Sheepdog scarf and other options, things like this, throw this down on the dirt. Now you can put gear on top of it. You can collect things with it, roll things up in it. Just tons of different uses for something like this. Next up, we've got these USA made knee pads. Very just big and bulky, but they're going to be super comfortable. And they even note, these aren't really sexy like a tactical vest or something like that, but that your joints will thank you at the end of the day. So just a lot of padding here, there, even padding on the back. Oftentimes it's just like a strap like these two things with no padding, and the strap ends up just kind of biting into your leg by the end of the day. I will show you what these look like on and in use. I think these are probably going to go into my car kit so that if I'm out changing a tire, having to dig under the car to get snow out from underneath it, yeah, I've got something like that really sturdy And yeah, I mean, talk to guys who do roofing or tiling or stuff like that. After a while, your knees are just shot. So nice way to protect your knees. Very solid. These are very compliant and made in the USA. Two more items. This is a mag pouch. This is also made by Agilite. This thing has got just tons of space, so you can fit a bunch of mags in this section. Then you've got a pocket on the side. You've got some pockets over here on this side. Flip the top down and unclip this clip. And now you have a place where you can put, you know, whatever details, information, maps, etc. there. So just lots of storage in this tiny little pouch. Molly compatible. You could just throw that on a belt if you wanted to, or attach it to some other gear. Certainly an easy option. And from what I've seen so far, having checked out a little bit of the Agilite gear, I'm quite impressed. Seems to work quite well. So I've seen Source before. They make a really good product as far as hydration pouches. This one is a little bit different because it's just 1 liter. It's very small. It doesn't expand, you know, to 3 times this size. This is it. They note that this gives you just more options as far as how you set it up, where you rig it. They talk about on the card from Spec Ops Global that if you have a hydration bladder in the back of your tactical vest or your bag, sometimes getting into the car or vehicle can be hard to do. This one's easier to move. You can set it up in a variety of different ways. So 1 liter, and that's what it looks like on the back. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Again, just thinking outside the box instead of your standard hydration bladder, this gives you some different options. All right, guys, I want to show you this gear actually on me now. It's kind of a windy, sunny day here in New Hampshire. Snow is melting, but it's chilly, so you'll see how this blends in nicely with my background. This is the Boonie Hat, very comfortable. Got the chin strap. You can tighten that up. You could throw it around the back if you don't want it. But like I said, Boonie hats sometimes fit strangely, for me at least, and this one definitely does a good job. All right, so as you can see, I'm pretty geeked out here. I have the snow poncho on, I've got the balaclava, I've got the gloves, I've got the snow pants on, and this is the sniper veil, and I'm basically gonna wander off into the woods that way and kind of throw this around me to break up my form a little bit. And you'll see, I mean, between this and the snow pants and the hat, I mean, I'm very much matching into the background here. So just for kicks, let's wander off there, and you'll see what I actually look like. Next up, I just want to show you the Sheepdog scarf. And real quick, in case you don't know how to put these on, there's lots of different ways, but the way I find most effective, let me just untuck this, is it's a little bit tough the first time you do it, just because it's kind of opposite what you would think. Instead of putting it on like this, actually go like this. I throw it over my neck this way and around the tree, and then the opposite way like this. I bring it around like this, and then you can wrap it, tuck it, however you want to do it. But then I stick it down into my sweatshirt or shirt, whatever. And that seems to stay quite well, and it's bunched up enough that it keeps my neck warm. And you know, I could take it off quickly if I wanted to. But that's how I run the Sheepdog scarf. Definitely a great outdoor tool, emergency tool to have. Lots of different functions for something like this. This might be the weirdest camera angle I've ever used, but anyhow, moving on. These are the knee pads, super sturdy. Yeah, and nicely made. So you got 2 sets of hook and loop on each section. So 2 here and 2 here. That's 4. Keeping these on. 2 here, 2 here. That's another 4. Very sturdy. These are definitely not streamlined, sleek, small. They're not like the kinds you'll insert into a pair of tactical pants. But these are going to go in my car kit, because you know, if I have to get out at night and be, you know, working on a changing a tire, or you know, doing something down on my knees on the concrete, these would be great to have there. So yeah, these may be, I mean, I like the Boonie Hat, but these may become my one of the top items from these 2 Spec Ops Global subscription boxes that I'm looking at for these last 2 months. Just nicely made, and oftentimes you put on knee pads and they kind of cut in the back of your leg. But these are really nice and yeah, comfortable. Good job, guys. And also made in the USA. Here's a look at the belt. Probably the lightest belt I've ever worn. Just, yeah, super lightweight. It's not going to be sturdy enough to hold a holster. It's just, you know, it's very pliable, but there's give and take. Obviously, if you want a lightweight belt, then this might be one you want to check out. I will tell you that I'm about a 36, 37 waist, and I've only got about this much hook and loop on the panel hooking up here, and this is a large, so you may want an extra large if you're, you know, 36, 38. If you're a 36 down to a 34, this is probably going to be the right size for you. Probably all the way down to 32 even, and then you'll want to move down to a medium. But yeah, so again, super lightweight, and they have it in this tan color. They probably have it in other colors as well. But there's a quick look at the belt. Here's a look at that pouch. I actually attached it to the belt, and yeah, I mean, this is a cool pouch because it just has so much storage for so many different things, right? So open that up, you could put maps in there, obviously identification, etc. And this is not just applicable for like a tactical application or a, you know, emergency application, but just for, you know, if you're traveling and you want to carry your phone, your wallet, a bunch of other things, it certainly is going to stand out. It's not super subtle. It says I'm carrying things here, but you can have that all in one place. And then open this up and you can fit plenty of stuff in there. Up to 3 mags, they're saying, and then you got this side pouch for like a multi-tool or you know, yeah, anything like that you want to fit in there as well. Snickers bar, maybe you need a little snack. But that's what that looks like actually on the belt. And just ran the loops through, snapped it down. It does move in between the 2 belt loops, but yeah, nice nice pouch. This one is going to find definitely a use in my systems. Here's a look at the drop leg panel. I've got the pouch and the dump pouch attached to the panel, and then it's rigged up to my belt here. The whole setup seems to be working quite well. I have noticed that these are double stitch, which is good. You know, sometimes you get cheap stitching and stuff falls apart. That said, one of the buttons did pop off on the dump pouch, so I'm going to contact Spec Ops Global. Again, I identify the fact that I'm a reviewer, so you know they're gonna do their best to treat me well. But in the other interactions I've had with them, they just seem to be totally on the up and up. So you know, if you have issues, contact them, and they're gonna work with you. I'm quite confident of that, or I wouldn't be working with them at all. But you got your dump pouch here, so you can throw stuff into that, and then this collapses up if you want it to, and then you've got a pouch here you can put various items in. And certainly if you just want to use these pouches individually, just put them on a belt, you could do that. You don't have to run the drop leg, but that's what that looks like. Here's a look at what they're calling the combat quarterback. Again, it goes up on your arms. You got these 2 straps to attach it, and then open it up. And you've got access to the stuff inside, these panels. You can see through there, but there's a zipper so you can store things inside. Yeah, this one's intriguing to me. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a use for this guy. But it sits there. I could definitely see myself, you know, going for a jog with it. Maybe I could put a phone in it and then run my earbuds in, go for a jog. But that's what that looks like. Combat quarterback, tactical armband. Alright guys, so unfortunately the weather was so windy outside and the shadows were getting rough, so I had to move these last 2 items inside. But you're looking at the Petzl Tikka. This is going to give you a max output of 100 lumens. It does have a high setting and a low setting. Let me show you real quick here. So there's your high, off, low, high, off. I've dug around. I can't find out what the low setting is. So if you know, you can leave it in the comments. But it's a lower setting. It's a higher setting. And this one has the technology where basically as it runs, it's not going to drop in lumen output. It's going to stay high, and you know it's going to function at the lumen output it should. And then when the batteries are dead, it's dead and it's going to go off. So you know there's different pluses and minuses to that, but some of the lights from Petzl do that, some of the lights don't. So this one definitely is going to burn hot the entire time. All right guys, this last product is this Source water bladder. You can see it says Source Tactical Gear. This is really cool because again, a lot of water bladders, most water bladders go on your back, but this one is just that big. So I'll get out my ruler here and show you. As you can see, I mean, when it's fully open, it's 12 inches. When it's folded down, it's about 10 inches. And you pull this section off like so. Let me do this here on camera. Pull it off, open it up, fill it up, and then slide this back on. Like so. Roll it down. Drop the Velcro down like so. And then on the back, you can see you've got your tube that's covered here, so to keep the tube from getting beaten up. But you could put this on a hip. You could put it on a belt. And it's just easy to remove as opposed to trying to get something off of your back. So that is the last item from this box. Again, these 2 different boxes combined for Spec Ops Global from November and December. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the videos here. Again, these are 2 boxes from Spec Ops Global. SpecOpsGlobal.com is their website. You can head over there and find out about the different subscription levels, the different types of gear that you're going to get. It's always just intriguing when I get their stuff because I'm like, I wonder what they're going to feature, you know, this month. Different themes, stuff from all over the world, just kind of unique and cool. So I've enjoyed working with them, and I'm going to continue to do so. Thanks as always for checking out the videos. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.